All right, everybody, Thursday afternoon on this fourth day of September. I want to give you a brief update on what's happening out there weather-wise. We've had a couple of strong storms out there, one warning out of our far western Franklin County, but not every storm is severe. But what we're watching is a line of storms coming in from the north and west, right along the plateau. So it's getting a little noisy over parts of Van Buren, parts of Bledsoe, parts of Cumberland, and then we're watching that one there. It has had some wind gust. That is over western Franklin, slowly heading east-southeast, might impact Franklin and parts of Jackson County, but definitely a little active around here from the remainder of the late afternoon, at least to the early stage of the evening hours. Let's take a closer look at this real quickly, and we'll have more coverage of this coming up, of course, on News Channel 9 starting at 5 o'clock. I'll make that a little bigger, maybe smaller. There we go. So first, take a look at the storm that is over western Franklin County. Prompted that warning there. That's still in effect, I believe, until the end of the half hour. So 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern. Fortunately, it's not as strong as it once was. But nevertheless, that storm is right along Highway 64, right along the border with Franklin County. So it's heading off to the east. A lot of lightning with that. Heavy rain. It's moving east at about 20 miles an hour. It has had some strong wind gusts noted on the velocity scans. We'll take another look at it right here. And you can see right where that bright green is, right in here, that's where some stronger gusts, 35 to 40 have been noted, kind of on the leading edge of the storm. That's showing around 23 to 24, 25. So it could, still be kind of breezy with that one. But that shows you, again, if you look at the bright green on that loop, right on the leading edge of that storm, it's got a pretty strong gust front with that. So that's about to cross the county line over toward Huntland into the western part of Franklin County. But again, if it moves east at 20, as it has been, it's not going to cover much territory. We'll keep an eye on that eventually for South Pittsburgh. But if we just take a look at it, where it is now, move it east at 20, if it stays on the same pace, over the next hour, it may stay in Franklin County. So heavy rain, strong wind gusts, lightning, pretty common there. So it moves to about the central and southern half of Franklin. We'll keep you updated, should there be another warning. Elsewhere, northern part of Grundy County, rain and lightning from around Altamont, way north of Tracy City, way north of Colmont. And that goes into Van Buren County, south of Spencer. So you've got southern part of Van Buren, now into central Bledsoe. So right over Fall Creek Falls. Heavy rain, a lot of lightning with that. But as far as strong wind gusts, it's on off the charts as far as the velocity scan goes. No advisories there. So you got some pockets here and there of some gust going along. So you could have 20 to 30 at times, but staying below severe threshold. But you can see up at the map in the motion, those little pockets of strong gusts right along the county line with Van Buren and Bledsoe. So as that marches off to the east, heads up in portions of neighboring parts of Sequatchie, Bledsoe, eventually Ray County. You have heavy rain and lightning coming your way in the 4 o'clock Central Time hour, of course, 5 o'clock in the Eastern Time zone. Farther off to the north, it's been a little more active today. There was one tornado warning earlier this afternoon around Oak Ridge area farther east, way north of our viewing area. But some of the storms have been a little rougher right along I-40. And a lot of the high-res models indicated that. We mentioned that yesterday in the newscast, how there might be more energy north than south. And that's been the case today. It's been very stormy right along I-40. And still, these are repeated rounds of storms, Harriman to Lenore City, all the way to Knoxville. But again, these are all headed east and not south. So it's bypassing our viewing area, mainly off to the north. So elsewhere, a lot of sunshine and it's hot. And many of you are saying, what storms? Well, this is what we're going to be watching for the evening hours because as this all progresses to the east, of course, outflow from those storms may spark some redevelopment. So we're going to kind of, keep an eye on this through late afternoon, through the couple of hours leading up to sunset, where some showers and storms could roll on by, but not an all-night thing. All right, so mainly just kind of an afternoon, early evening thing, and just isolated overnight. As far as temperatures, yeah, it's pretty toasty out there. And if you think it's hot today, tomorrow's going to be even hotter with low 90s coming up. Look at those temperatures now. You can see where it's raining and where it's not. A good 20-degree spread from Crossville all the way to Rome, upper 80s in between. So tomorrow, about just as hot with temperatures back into the low 90s. So that, my friends, is where we stand at the moment as we approach 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 in the Central Time Zone. That warning, we'll hold it here for a few moments, see if they reissue that warning for Franklin County. That'd be from the National Weather Service in Huntsville. Again, that storm Still have some wind gusts with it, but for the most part, not quite as strong as it once was. But we'll watch that for parts of Franklin, parts of Jackson County as well. And then, of course, here, a little more active from west of Pikeville to Fall Creek Falls, right along to just south of 127 and just south of Spencer. Again, a lot of pockets of lightning, heavy rain. So it's going up the mountaintop there, and it'll be spreading into parts of central and southern Bledsoe, and eventually on into parts of Ray, even northern parts of Hamilton, as that makes its way on off to the east just a bit. Let me show you the future trap model real quickly. And we'll talk more about this coming up on News Channel 9 at 5 o'clock. You can see, again, this shows during the evening, a lot of that starts to move away. And overnight, by morning, there might be a few stray showers early Friday. The rest of the day Friday, it looks pretty hot. Now, during the afternoon, there may be a stray shower here and there. I think for football games tomorrow night, it's going to be generally fine. But it's going to be very late tomorrow night. Toward the west, as you get towards, say, very late, toward midnight, showers and storms may routinely move through, say, around midnight Friday night into Saturday morning. And then pretty much the first half of Saturday, as another cold front rolls by. That one's going to initially cool us off by late Saturday into Sunday. But again, a few of those storms like today may provide some strong wind gusts and, even the risk for some heavy downpours of rain. But once that moves out, Sunday looks good. Sunday could have temperatures in the 50s by early morning. That little hint of fall coming back in for the second half of the weekend. So we'll talk more about that coming up again at 5 o'clock. But as we approach 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern, that warning should expire. They might replace that with an advisory over Western Franklin as that storm's about to cross in. Again, that warning has just now expired. It may be replaced by an advisory because there are wind gusts reaching close to 40. So be aware that in Western Franklin, we'll keep an eye on that, of course, over the next half hour. And, of course, it's pretty busy, pretty noisy. Spencer to Pikeville and right in between, Altamont around Fall Creek Falls, downpours and lightning there. All right, folks, that's an update for now. Things are quiet elsewhere, but we're watching that. You can watch us streaming live on newschannel9.com on your mobile device or watch on air from 5 to 5:30 and 6 on News Channel 9 and newschannel9.com. Thanks so much for watching. We'll keep you posted, as always, on our live streams when needed.